us.
All rise for the trial of the Chicago 7. The whole world is watching. And Aaron Sorkin used that to tell an important story. A story that is still relevant today. Shockingly, the current situation is comparable to that of the 60s and 70s. Society has been struggling with the concept of justice, because what is just? It is often a matter of perspective. The problems we deal with, like discrimination or violent protests, are older than anyone can remember, and therefore it's hard to define where it started. The trial of the Chicago 7 perfectly shows this problem of injustice, not only in 1969, but also in the 21st century. The accurate representation of society in this courtroom drama starts with the fact that it makes no sense that the 8 defendants are sued as a group but have nothing to do with each other. One of the defendants, Abby Hoffman, calls it a political trial.
This is a political trial that was already decided for us. Ignoring that reality is just weird to me.
This is spot on. This trial is used to make a point, to send a message to all the protesters. Here, Abby Hoffman is asked about his intentions and his thoughts. This is something you can't prove. It's used to make a point and to paint a picture of the protesters as violent beings.
I'm concerned you have to think about it.
Give me a moment, would you, friend? I've never been on trial for my thoughts before.
The judge in this trial is a representation of white privilege in society. He clearly has no respect for Bobby Seale and even discriminates against him.
Of course, because you took that black guy and you made him a sympathetic character.
Mr. Kunstler, I have lived a very long time, sir. And you're the first person ever to suggest that I have discriminated against a black man.
Then let the record show that I'm the second.
His ruling is unjust in many ways, and it's frustrating to watch. Those in high positions have the power to say and do whatever they want. For example, the police officers weren't punished for their violent actions during the protests in Chicago. But the question is, who started the violence?
Were you resisting arrest? They pushed us through the window.
The film clearly takes a stand here and shows how police officers were violent without a reason. This connects to the violent actions by police officers in the United States in the summer of 2020. Unfortunately, not much has changed since 1969. Another important theme in this film is the fact that we often forget who it's about. In the case of the trial of the Chicago 7, they are fighting for the end of the Vietnam War. They are fighting for the war casualties. In big societal dramas, we often forget who it's actually about. We forget where and why it started.
Your Honor, since this trial began, 4,752 U.S. troops have been killed in Vietnam. And the following are their names. Private First Class Dennis Walter Kipp.
The trial of the Chicago 7 was released in September 2020. After a summer of demonstrations in the Black Lives Matter movement, this seems perfect timing. Although the topic is different, the message is the same. The whole world is watching. We have to do something. Now.